When suns have grown big enough and strong enough, they put the rest of the universe in order by forces, pushing and pulling. From the 554 down to 550 of the first 9 plus 1 elements. Growing from it other bodies. For the remaining 4 million tons of the original 554 million tons now become chaotic as light neon being trapped, creating electrical storms on the sun you see as sunspots or dark spots of energy exploding. Or exploding off or to birth of smaller bodies of gas which cool to become chaotic solids, liquids and gases onto planets, satellites and other masses. The suns grow by attracting more and more matter from space and time and changing the atomic count of the matter through the process of metamorphosis. The suns are planets with brains and blood, and the other universal bodies are planets, which means smaller planets of plasma net, Nath, chaos or war of the worlds, net, which means, then which is. Now know this also, new Wapians, all true stars, the true stars of the physical universe arc suns. Calm and chaotic, all do not have solar systems. Some suns are just stabilizers and light and physical life givers in the universe. Now those like this one in this system or the 9-ball, your sun in this part of the multiverses are growers and seeders of solar systems, just as each negroid is the center of all races. The true black dot around which, and from whom all other races evolved. When a true ray sun that is going to have a solar system has grown big enough and strong enough, it begins to put the matter in chaos surrounding into order by forming a magnetic core, a central sun, which is the heart of the body or central sun of a planet chosen for life. And rolling that magnetic core against the matter of primeval chaos or Kaf ray out of none, which is not yet in order as autumn ray and surrounding the sun. A planet grows until all the matter in its immediate area has been formed into the orb. Then the power of the sun ignites the planet and releases its attraction of the planet, and the weight of the planet, or in this case 6 sextillion tons, moves the orb away from the sun. The planet moves farther and farther away from the sun until it displaces its own weight in the atmosphere of the sun as an object does in water. An object will sink in water until it displaces its own weight in that water, then it stops and floats. As all air and atmosphere is mist or moist, one of the 6 forms of liquid of none from new. So when the planet displaces its own weight in the atmosphere as an object does in water, it is in orbit, and then it floats around its sun. Its grower and controller indefinitely. When the sun is growing the planets, it uses all matter available, and of course that includes all gases, chemicals and elements in reach, but the compound known as H2O water lessens by burning ability of the other elements by weakening their potency. Moreover, 2 hydrogen atomic number 1 and 1 oxygen atomic number 8 is necessary in the forming of the satellites and is needed in the forming of flesh and blood beings, as the human's body have forms of liquid. 1. Red and white blood cells. 2. Mucus. 3. Semen. 4. Urine. 5. Sweat. 6. Pus. All contain certain mass, water. 3/4 of the human body is water. So when this planet orbits its sun and starts its eternal rotation around Pa-Tasu Karat, the 9-ball. The planet is a burning ball, and that ball burns and burns until the burning goes beneath the surface of the planet as a fire does in a burning coal. This creates what's now the center of burning gas, or inner ball of fire and gas, as a central sun, 600 miles across. It separates and you have cracks and caverns in the earth such as Shambhala and Agartha. What and where is Shambhala and Agartha, you ask? Shambhala is the capital of the biggest subterranean world. This palace of illumination within the earth has a central sun which is 600 miles in diameter. The inner city is called Agartha, meaning through the hole. The temple within this subterranean world is called the Golden Palace, or in Ashuric Syriac Walhalla, meaning place of illumination, or with the golden aura, which is located in the capital called Shambhala, meaning scented by Allah, or powerful scent. As the name Allah used by Arabs is from online Bible Hebrew Strong's number 426, Eloah, to Strong's number 410, El, from Strong's number 352, El, Ahayil, same as Strong's number 193, Ul, meaning powerful, twist, tightly, mighty, strength, and Strong's number 8121 to 8122, Shemesh, Chaldean for sun, sunlight, and Strong's number 8033, Sham, for there. So in fact, it means, there is the powerful sun. Shambhala is also to the Arabs a combination of the word Sharn, Shama, meaning scent, and Allah, which gives you the most beautiful sense of God, to the Muslim religion. The city Shambhala is also known as Ashara. There are also crafts that come from the center of the earth. As a matter of fact, many crafts seen by people on the surface come from various caverns beneath the planet Earth. There is air flowing in and out of the earth. People tend to forget that the earth is hollow. Nothing is solid, not even the human body. There are caverns in the inner world that are occupied by extraterrestrials and other beings who have made the underworld their home. This does not include Agartha. Once, there were just 6 caverns. Nowadays, there are many more caverns that are occupied by Earthlings and also hidden sacred societies. Some of the caverns were there naturally. Some of them have been hollowed out by beings. The caverns aren't very large. Accept it or not, there is a cavern connecting to Australia and through the Atlantic Ocean. This way they don't have to come into contact with surface dwellers, which would be like you who live on the Earth. The humanoid-type extraterrestrials are making shuttles to transport themselves from one place to the next. The ones that aren't humans have to travel in your time and space. They have to do things according to how time on Earth is governed. There are other beings that can step through star gates and into other dimensions. Any UFO crafts that are shaped like saucer-shaped, curved is shaped like that to be aerodynamic to fly here in this air system, so they are built here to fly here or beneath the waters. If they came from beyond this atmosphere, they would not need that shape. Aeolian, aerial, aircraft, airplane, airship, airworthy. In your study of the science of creation, you will examine the outcome of one of the sparks that were hurled from an already burning mass. It has been called Ptah-Nun Earth. The original name for Earth was Tiamat, meaning maiden of life. Earth also had many other names such as Terra, Arjuut, Orb, Gaia, Chi, and Eridu. This small planet, with 9 recognized others, established a system in which this star of medium magnitude became the center of it. Like electrons rotating around a nucleus, these planets revolve around the Sun in their own orbits and at varying speeds by the express command of Pa-Cathar array. As the spark, Earth, began to cool, steam or vapor began to rise and surround the planet. Early Earth was composed of the gases ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen. Methane, carbon and hydrogen, and water, hydrogen and oxygen. It had the necessary ingredients for the beginning of life. But let us look closer at this burning hot mass. What part of it was burning? Experiment, take 4 substances and bum them separately. 1. Wood, 2. Meat, 3. Bread, and 4. Sugar. After burning for a while, we have a black substance as residue. This is called carbon, black substance. These 4 substances all return to their original chemical form, Chem, Strong's 2524 to 2528, or Ham, Strong's 1990 to 1992, meaning abundance, wealth. Note how they try to deceive you in Arabic, Ham, meaning mud, black mud. Quran 15:28, they interchange letters in Hebrew, KH, same as Arabic KH, and Hebrew H, same as 2 Arabic letters H, and hard H. So one can become confused with ham and calm. Chem equals hot, burnt, or from calm meaning black, in Aramaic, Hebrew, calm or ham. What was burning on the earth was hydrogen and dust, which produced carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. High temperatures cause carbon to react with other gases. Keep in mind that carbon is black. Carbon's atomic number is 6, which relates to the 6th day of recreation. On this 6th day is when Geb, Adam, Codman, was fashioned from mud. Genesis 1:26-30, Quran 15:28. The combination of carbon and oxygen produced carbon dioxide. Carbon and hydrogen produced methane. Other compounds of carbon and hydrogen produced ammonia. These gases formed rings around the planet that were very distinct. Some of them contained heavy carbon and yet others were lighter rings of hydrocarbons. The lighter rings were further away from the Earth and the outermost ring was water. When the burning goes beneath the surface and the planet cools from its burning, the Sun pushes the Earth's share of water into the orb's magnetic or gravitational field and it begins to rain and rain and rain. As this water goes beneath the surface of the planet and reaches the gases and chemicals in the Earth which are still burning, pressure begins to build up and eventually the results are a series of tremendous violent explosions which send parts of the Earth into orbit around the planet. Then the Sun, by the laws of natural nature, draws these parts together and grows these parts together by rain, water and heat. However, those parts of the planet Earth Ptah-Nun, that did not have enough force behind them to go into space and become parts of other masses fell back to Earth and formed mountains and other high places. Yet, all mountains were not formed this way. Some mountains were the results of heat pressure pushing parts of the inner Earth upward and outward but never becoming powerful enough for violent explosion. Of course, after those series of tremendous explosions, great craters and cracks were left inside the inner Earth, which created very large inner worlds and domains such as what's called Shambhala and Agartha. And it is easy to see how this would become oceans, rivers, lakes, streams and even some great waterfalls, since the rain kept falling until those craters and crevices were filled enough with water. Now the stage was set. Ready for surface life, beings from beyond this planet came here and dwelled under the waters and deep inside caverns. From Sa'at Orion and Saputat Sirius, as well as others. Also, with all the ingredients needed for various kinds of life here or transported here from other worlds, various things for life on the surface was given to Earth while it was growing in the primeval chaos of Nun-Nunnet, and when the Earth's surface was ready. This is why you read in their Bible Genesis 1:2 where it says, "And the earth," Strong's number 0776, Eretz, land, Ptah Nun, was without form, Strong's number 8414, Toho, formlessness, Hehet, hay, and void, Strong's number 0922, Bohul, emptiness, Niaut, Nyao, and darkness, Strong's number 02822, Koshek, darkness, Kekek, was upon the face, Strong's number 06440, Panyam, face. You will notice surface of the deep, Strong's number 08415, Thome, deep, Nunnet, none, and the spirit, Strong's number 07307, Ruach, wind, breath, mind, spirit, Amunet Amun, of God, Strong's number 0430, Elohim, gods, judges, Notztertet, Notzter, moved, Strong's number 07363, Rachef, to grow soft, relax, hovered upon, over, above the face, Strong's number 06440, Panyam, face, surface of the waters, Strong's number 04325, Mayam, water. Now ask yourself, why did they try to deceive you with their misleading translations about what it really says? That one of these Elohim, gods, called a Ruach soul, spirit, Nafesh, came to Earth or planet Earth, yet he had no place to land because it was all covered by deep water. Merduk or Amun, son of Enki or Ptah. So they lived beneath the waters as Kamanu, Ogdoads, reptilians. So the spirit of the Elohim hovered above the deep waters in the emptiness as Niaut Nyao, to be Amunet Amun. Then plans were made to change this void and waste into a place to dwell. So the story goes on. Genesis 1:1-31, then Genesis 2:1-9. So it was prepared for a new form of creature, a Sapstutu, Ened, who lived on dry land that did not fly around. In order to hover above the water, Strong's number 7363, rock off, which does not mean move about, in fact it means brood, flutter, be relaxed. And note Ray Kof or Kof Ray, they know all this yet cover it up. And if you look up the root of the word, you find hover is a craft. So in fact this Strong's number 7307, Ruach, breath, wind, soul, spirit being of the, Strong's number 430, Elohim, plural for judges or gods, one of them came down here to this planet Earth. And you see he is called Yahweh, Strong's number 3068, a living being, existing one, Strong's number 3050-3073, by many names, as you find in the books of their prophet Jeremiah 4:23-28. So after the earth had cooled down this time and was going through a heat process, the rain came and the eggs were placed here, and other beings formed in the waters of the earth. Look at what this God, Yahweh, really orders them. Read it close. Exodus 23, "Thou shalt have no other Elohim gods before me." That would be the one Yahweh of Genesis 4:26. No others, so others existed. But most important is, where did they exist? It reads on, verse 4, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is inside of heaven above, or that is inside the earth, beneath, that is down inside the planet earth, or that is inside the waters under the earth." So this Lord of the gods Yahweh recognized that his people could make actual, Strong's number 6459, Paitsil, idol, image, likeness, Strong's number 8544, Tamiona, likeness, form, image, likeness, representation, semblance of other gods, who lived up in the sky, Strong's number 8064, Shemayim, heavens above, or down under the planet Earth, or inside Earth, and or under the waters of the planet Earth. Now that's what it says in Hebrew. Why are they trying to deceive you? What did they look like? Read Deuteronomy 4:16, "Lest ye corrupt yourselves, and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female." And Exodus 24, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the wafer under the earth." And this is repeated in Deuteronomy 5:8. So who were these men and women who their Yahweh did not want them to worship? The only people on earth before the Bible by the Bible's own words, Genesis 2:13, "And the name of the second river is Gihon, the same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia." You see a place by name, Strong's number 03568, Cush, black, but they put Ethiopia, which means burnt faces or dark heads, a place known to all to be in Africa, and a person Aquanshi. Yet in the Hebrew you see Strong's number 3568, Cush, Kus in Arabic. What do they say it means? Cush, son of Ham or Calm. Under the word Cush, page 1796 of Strong's dictionary in the keyword Bible you see Cush, black, and a little reading will show you Ethiopia was part of Egypt. That's what their own Bible teaches. So who were these black-skinned gods of ancient Cush? Amun-Re, Ztahuti, Sakamtet, Aset, Asar, Suchuk, Serket, and the list goes on. That's who they feared then, and that's what they fear. You finding out now and returning to your own, Wu-Nu-Wapu as New-Wapians. So it's time again to refill the earth. It was ready for this new life form to come from beneath the waters. Kamunu, Ogdoads, onto dry land, Saps-Dudu, Enneads, onto Har-Hap, Enosh, human beings. With the combined formulas necessary for life, vegetation came up first, for it was necessary for food. They were not to eat flesh, Genesis 1:29. Later they were allowed to kill and to eat flesh, Genesis 9:3, that is everything but flesh, blood, no red meat. But look on to what is said to them in Genesis 9:4-6, but flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require, at the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man, at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed, for in the image of God made he man. But they kill today and they eat red meat. So once it was ready it was seeded with human, then humankind. The original atmosphere of this planet was very unlike these days. At that time the atmosphere was strong, dense with life gases and hot all over the planet, even at the poles which had not shifted yet. And this was long before the creation of the cursed seed of Canaan, which was 4004 BCE in Cadmon. Cadmus later called the land of Canaan. He was the firstborn leper. Labana is what he was called by Hebrew, and Agenor, the Greeks called him. Next were the little people now insultingly called African pygmies or dwarves, Inwa Enshi or Aqua Enshi, of Pa Ench, the Greek word for punt or tides, Enshi or besides, Enesi, in Minifer, the two brother pygmies called Kabaroi was none other than Ptah and Bes. The true noble first root seed of Tarites, Earth's first parents, your parents of Africa, not Asia or Europe, but the heart of Africa. These Tarites, little people, or Nuubuns also called Nyobi, Ndi, Igbo, Napata, Naphtahim, Nuwapians, came on land from the source of the Nile River, that being the Nile River in Africa the longest river on Pa Ptah Nun the planet Earth, seeds that transported to Earth to the waters as, Pa Kainunu, the Ogdoads, Nunet, Noon, Hehet, He, Keket, Kek, Niaut, Nyao, of the waters or the deep, onto the dry land as, Pa Saps-Dudu, the Enneads, Tafnu, Shu, Nut, Eve, Geb, Adam, Aset and Asar, Aklimaya and Abel, Nabtat and Suchuk, Laputa and Cain. Aset and Asar birthed Har, while Asar and Nabhat birthed Anupu. Har married Tabijah and Hather, who birthed him a son, Harsamtus. Tabijah birthed, Suchaku, Hapi, who is Enosh, Duamud-F and Kebe-Sen-F. Hapi descendants were, Har-Aha, Minas, Nar-Mir, and Min, who had two wives, Hent and Net-Hotep. From Min and Net-Hotep's line was birthed Sen-Nefer-Re, Sneferu, Noah. Sen-Nefer-Re and Fadi-Faris's line consist of, Khufu, Kaf-Re, Min-Ka-Re, Asar-Kaf, Sahare, Neferet-Ka-Re, Niset-Asar, Died-Ka-Re Tzazi, and Eunice, Terah, whose wife was Sesheshat, Nuona, and they birthed Teti, Abraham. Teti's wives were, Ipwet, Sarah, Mary-Re Ankh-Nes, Hagar, and Kuit, Keturah. Ip-Wet birthed Pepi I, Isaac, Mary-Re Ankh-Nes birthed Pepi II, Ishmael, and Kuit birthed Medan, Midian. Pepi I had a son named Meron-Re, Jacob. Each of these seeds ended up back in Egypt according to their own Bible, and even Muhammad of Arabia, who founded a sect of Judaism and Christianity called Al-Islam or Islamism. He took his last wife Miriam of the Coptics of ancient Egypt, and he also sent to Ethiopia his first followers to be safe from the Indo-Arabs tribes then living in Arabia that hated him. So in fact, all three, Mosesism, Jesusism, Mohammedism have their roots out of Egypt, and their religions and most of their teachings are out of Egypt. With slight changes, mostly in language, and combining the Natsturu into one unseen, spirit, spook deity by new titles. Yet, no matter how hard they try to claim their deity is only one, each of them use more than one in their original dialects. Such as the Jews, who have Elohim, Eloah, El Shaddai, Yahweh, Adonai, Elyon, and El and on, yet they will say they only worship one God. And the Christians claim all the Jewish gods, lords, but incarnate them all into one man named Jesus, Christ, Lord, Emmanuel, Messiah, and on and on. You find also the Greek for God and gods. More than one theos is thea, so who do they think they are fooling? Not Nuwapians, not nowadays in the hereafter time frame. And the Muslims claim the same God of the Torah in their Quran 247, 275, 2-211, and 634 of the Jews and the Injil or Gospel of the Christians as they call them. They claim over and over in their Quran that they believe in the books of both Jews and Christians, Al-Quran 2-136, the same religion of Abrahamism.